Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody had a good day today. Let me see. Got my phone again just to make sure I can see. Let me go ahead and also put my phone on Do Not Disturb so that way I don't have any interruptions. I meant to do that earlier and totally slipped my mind. Today was pretty good. This has been, oh my gosh, it's been interesting since last week. Um, Work is going to be work. But I did have a small milestone. Well, I'm not going to call it small. I celebrate everything. Milestones are milestones. They're all great to me. But I did hit over 1,000 views on one of my videos on YouTube. So I am very proud of myself for that. I also hit 53 subscribers as of today. So now I can go live via my phone. So it's also another fun little tidbit for me as well. And like I said, because I'm a celebrator, I am going to have me a little shot, a celebratory shot of tequila. Um, got my Codigo. This is my go-to. I really like it. This is actually it's aged in a wine barrel. So hey, can't go wrong with that. Let's see. Got my shot glass. My honey got this from his trip when he went to Jamaica, which I thought was a really cute little shot glass. So salute. Oh man, that's so good. So again, that's Codigo. It's the Rosa. Really good. One of my favorites. So definitely happy about that. Let me see. Get myself situated. Move that out the way since I did my shot. Move my wine up. Put my shot glass down. Let me know you're here so I can see who's all here. Say hi. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I had a really good time. If you were here last week or you saw the video after the live play, I went to a brunch with some girlfriends, and it was a lot of fun. It was definitely much needed. Good talk, good conversation, good energy. So I'm really excited to do that more because, like I said last week, my relationships with my girlfriends are really important to me. So I'm excited to continue to nurture those and build on that. I will go ahead and I'm going to pop my bottle open. I decided to do a Chardonnay. This is from Argentina. Let me see if I can get a good view of it. Also from Total Wine and More. So let's see if I can get this open by myself. Uh-oh, give me a second. Bam. I got it open. It is a twist bottle. Got my pretty glasses again. Listen to that. Oh, that sounds. Oh, that smells nice. So, of course, this is a white wine. It's a product of Argentina. And it says Don Edmundo was curious and intellectual man who would sit in front of the vineyards and write novels. This wine was produced to honor Ed and talented and beloved founder of Navarro Corres Winery. This Chardonnay offers aromas of butter and apple pie. That's nice. Creamy texture with a medium body and good acidity on the finish. So let's see how pretty that is. Gorgeous color. So let's see upon first taste. It's pretty good. It's not, it's sweet, but it's not extra sweet, which is I could actually do this. So this one is really good. This will go on the shopping list. That wine I had that second week, that was not good to me. It was too sweet. But this is good. That is really, really good. Hey Naya, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Just popped open my bottle. Got a Chardonnay tonight. Yes, girl, I will bring you some. Man, it's been a day. We had a long well, it's been a long week and it's only Wednesday. But tomorrow is Friday Junior, so I am really happy about that because I am looking forward to the weekend. So that's a good thing. And we survived. We survived. We're getting closer to our supervisor coming back to hopefully maybe not having to do as much work as we have been doing and maybe ditching work a day soon. But, we'll see. But like I was saying, I did have a really good time at the brunch that I went to last week. It was quite fun, and one of the biggest things that we talked about was not losing our identity in relationships and having kids, because oftentimes, myself included, you lose yourself. You just become so much of those people that you do forget about yourself. I like I said, I'm guilty of that. Well, I have been guilty of that. It wasn't until recently that I realized that I didn't like the person I was becoming because I was doing that. Women are naturally nurturers, so it's gonna be something that we do is just take on that nurturing role, whereas men are supposed to be, the protectors and the workers and things like that. So when you think about it from the way that we were made, of course it's going to be different roles that are in the relationship. Your kids, yeah, I mean we all lose ourselves, so it's something that we got to really, you have to be intentional on not doing, and it is hard. But we were just talking and I just said, we really should hold each other accountable with making time for ourselves. And yes, it sounds easier said than done, but you have to look at your friends and say, go do something. Even if, I mean, you got to start small. Start with going to the grocery store by yourself. Even just saying, okay, on this day, I'm having 30 minutes where no one bothers me. I'm going to watch my show. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to do anything for anyone else. So you have to do that with your kids, because guess what? When your kids get older, guess what? They are not going to be there for you, all the time. So you have to learn who you are, become, you know, so attached to yourself that you love yourself as much as you love your kids. And it's like I said, it's easier said than done because you love your kids. But when it comes to losing yourself in a relationship, that is one of the worst parts. Yeah, learn to put you first, because at the end of the day, that's all you're gonna have when people step outside of their zone. Um, I know for me, I didn't, when I got into my relationship, we've been together for 8 years now. And one of the first things he said to me was, I'm going to have my time. I want you to have your time. Go out with your friends. And he's really stuck firm to that. So it has become a priority. And when he sees I'm still putting everyone else first and not myself, he'll make sure that I make me a priority. And I appreciate that. But a few of the things that we were talking about was, like I said, prioritizing yourself. Yes, your relationship is important. You love your partner. It's something that you're going to do. So you have to. No, a lot of men don't like that, and that's the one thing I appreciate him, and that's what made me a stronger woman as well. Is that he is such a good man, a good provider. He's very confident in himself that it I had no choice but to breathe all of that in and be more like him. And I love it because he's such a good person. It made me better. So no, it is good that he's like that. I thank him and I'm so thankful for him because a lot of women are in situations where their men aren't supportive of them and pushing them to be better versions of themselves. And if your partner isn't pushing you to be better, then why are you with them? No shade to anyone that's staying with that person, but why are you with them? But no, I love him and he's amazing. But and don't replace yourself with a we. Yes, you guys are together, but you are still your own identity. That was a very hard one for me. And yeah, it is for the comfort, Naya. A lot of people, they get used to that, but comfort only can take you so far in a relationship. At some point, you're going to get fed up with that person. And what do you have after that? But we still have to remember that we were once somebody before we became a we. And a part of having that I and keeping your identity too is if you have gone through things, you have to heal. And yes, people say, oh, I have to be apart to heal. No, you don't. You can still heal and be with the person that you're with because the person that you're with will support you through whatever healing that you need to get done. A lot of times people don't realize that past traumas affect how they deal with their relationships as well. Yes, we are definitely going to have to plan a girls' night, get the boys together and just talk. I got wine. I got wine. Get some food and call it a day. I wouldn't consider myself a love doctor, but I am I'm a lover and I love love and I love seeing people in healthy love and that is what makes me happy. Another thing, is don't compromise too much. I literally, I want to say within the last few years, have just stopped doing that because even in a healthy relationship, you will still find yourself compromising a lot more than you really want to and not by choice, sometimes it's just who you are. But at the same time, you're going to be resentful if you're just doing it for the other person instead of doing it for yourself. So, one of the biggest things that I had to ask myself, okay, well, just because it's important to him doesn't mean that it's important to me, vice versa. Just because it's important to me doesn't mean that it's important to him. And some stuff, we're not going to always. And I think that's what I do love about that is that I don't have to love the exact same things that he loves for us to still be in a good relationship, still be healthy, still feel compatible. But at the same time, it's like, okay, that may not be something I'm really all that into. However, I am his biggest cheerleader. And I'm going to always be his biggest cheerleader. Well, next to his mom and his family. But, I'm all for my honey. I love that man to the ends of the earth. Um, and with that, you got to look for the red flags as well. We try, we really do. I mean, he's amazing, so we do balance each other. To me, and I'm sure he feels the same way. We do balance each other out very well, so I love him. That's my honey. uh but you also want to look for, with the compromising, you want to look for the red flags when you're with that person, seeing if they're using love as a form of manipulation. A lot of times people don't realize that some people just use love as a form to get you to do what they want. It's controlling, and that's a red flag, and no one deserves to be controlled. So if you feel like, wait a minute, why does it seem like this person is using something that is so precious to me to get what they want, you might want to reevaluate that relationship. Um, Another thing, look for, chronic anger when you're trying to have your own thing. Anybody that's so angry that you want to have some time to yourself, you want to get away from them, because that's going to lead to other things. When people use toxic humor, so they make these remarks, but they use it as, oh, I was just joking. No, you're not, because I've always been told that there's always some truth to every joke. And if you notice that a person is always joking about things that are important to you to get out of, you know, confrontation because they're trying to control you, you might want to look at that as well. Insincere apologies when you point out how they're manipulating you and trying to control you. You want to look out for that. That's, another thing. If they're trying to keep you away from your family and friends, I know I was a victim of that in the past. Like, that was all. I really didn't see a lot of people. And I think that's why I didn't have the relationships that I have now with my girlfriends, and they weren't as important because the person that I was with was not as mature. They weren't um emotionally stable, to say the least. Yep, a narcissist. And it just, it brought out the worst in me. It made me feel bad, like on my inside. I wasn't good. I was not good at all. But you definitely want to watch out for those people, because you should have a certain amount of independence and self sufficiency to thrive in life. Like, I can literally go, which I've done, I can go places by myself and have a good ass time because I genuinely like being with myself. I am my own friend. I went to the spa. I want to say that when I first started going to the spa a couple uh years ago. Hi, DJ Scorp. Welcome. I went to the spa by myself and I had a really amazing time. Got a massage, I drank, I just kind of hung out. I did my own thing, and it was nice to be by myself and not have to worry about, oh, am I getting ready to do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? Looking over my shoulder. And because I did that, I was able to enjoy myself and learn that I can do things on my own. Yes, a Glen Ivy trip is definitely a necessity, like ASAP. Food, wine, massages, a lot of chit chatting, just some fun girl time, and manipulation. That is one of the biggest things we do. We want to make sure that we continuously look out for, because manipulators are the worst. You definitely don't want to be with somebody like that. Um, and again, this goes on to do things without your partner. Yes, date. I forgot what the rule was. I think it was like a 3-3-3 rule. I got to look it up, but I'm going to make sure that I put that on here. I post it somewhere, either on my Instagram. If you're not following me on there, it's at Yana's Wine Corner. My TikTok on something, or I might put them on all three. But there is a rule when you're in a relationship. Every 3 days, make sure that you guys do something alone by yourself. Like, there's no cell phones. You're not talking about the kids. You're not talking about work. You're just connecting with each other, just checking in. And every 3 weeks, you go out on a date. Every 3 months, you go for a weekend away. And then, of course, once a year, you go on a vacation by yourself, not with your kids, because you have to date without your kids. You have to. Yes, family vacations are family vacations, but literally that is just you parenting in a whole different situation. Yes, it's fun. You always want to do that, but at the end of the day, when those kids leave, you only have each other. So you have to continuously connect with them, uh, so that way you can still have that bond when they're gone. And you always want to have boundaries. That is another healthy thing that I had to learn, was knowing when His stuff is his stuff, my stuff is my stuff. And I'm sorry, I've been trying to take a sip of this. And I just keep on talking. This is really good. It's the right amount of sweet. But you got to have healthy boundaries. They are so important. Understanding that when they go out somewhere, you don't have to do the whole, oh my gosh, please don't be that person where it's like, oh, tell me where you are. You got to share your location. You have to do all this. Tell me who you're with. Oh, send me a picture. So that is just too much. And if you got to do all that, you should really be by yourself, and you have a lot more healing to do than you realize. So definitely you want to have healthy boundaries to protect who you are as well. And just continue building on your bond and communicate. Healthy communication. Yep, you got to be secure within yourself. And that is hard for a lot of people because guess what? Your insecurities are not your partner's problem. And I really had to learn, if you don't like something about yourself, guess what? You can't project that onto your partner and expect them to fix that, because at the end of the day, they're with you. They see you. If they had a problem with something, I'm sure they would say something. If you guys are in a healthy relationship, that's all a part of the communication. And when I say communicate, that doesn't just mean, oh, hey, how was your day, things like that. Like, really talk. One of the things that I thought was the most profound thing that was said to me was, if you are comfortable enough to have sex with a person, you should be comfortable enough to talk to that person. And that really, it resonated in ways that I didn't realize, because okay, that is an that's the most intimate thing that you can do, is have sex with somebody. So why am I not able to talk to you? I can have sex with you, but I can't talk to you. So once you realize that, okay, if I'm in this relationship with this person and this is what we're doing, I should be able to communicate wholeheartedly and healthy. That does not mean you're not wrong sometime. Yes, I'm wrong sometime. I'll admit that. And it does suck being wrong. But when you're in a relationship, are you worried about winning an argument, or are you, worried about building your foundation and having a stronger relationship? Because that's what you're really searching for. And a lot of times people end up in bad relationships. Ooh, I don't know if that's the shot or the wine, but they end up in bad relationships because they are trying to win, and you're losing if you lose that person, and that's who you really want to be with. So just remember, healthy communication is a good way to set boundaries. And also make sure you stay true to yourself. I know that one is easier said than done, but uh, you really have to learn who you are. I cannot lie. Yep, instead of listening and fixing. Uh, I literally within the last few years have just started knowing who I am. I can't lie. I had no clue who I was. I knew who my my parents raised me to be. I knew who the school was teaching me to be, but I didn't know who I was. And once I started really digging deep into who I was, I became more secure, a more whole person. And I began to enjoy my own self a lot more. Like, I don't like the person that I was. I mean, sure, she was cool, whatever, but I didn't like who she was. And now that I'm looking at life on a deeper level and I want to be better person, I want to have, each chapter be better than the last one. I'm looking at life a lot different. Yeah, I mean, and that happens to a lot of us. We have kids so young, Naya, that we don't know who we are. So you have to take time to dig deep and see who you really are as a person. And that is hard. That is hard. Your focus was, most of us women, our focus is other people. So you don't get time to see who you are. I mean, my daughter is 19 and I'm constantly telling her, and it's not one of those where it's like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. She has to check in with me. No, my daughter is very self-sufficient. She's a good girl. She has a good head on her shoulders. I have people go, oh, but you don't know what she does. No, I don't know what she does all the time. However, I talk to my daughter every day. Every day. She calls me about things, even things that she may not think that I want to hear about. And she talks to me. And I want to raise her to be better than I was emotionally. And that way she can leave a better mark on the world earlier than I did. Because a part of keeping your identity is, figuring out what was not, I don't want to say what was wrong with you, but being better for a better outcome with, your kids as well. And that, that's another thing in relationships. You can't always rely on that person to heal you. And too many people are doing that. And that's why relationships fail as well. So you got to just, you got to do the work. And I know it sounds bad to say do the work, but it is work. It is definitely work to be a better you, because you cannot put it off on anybody else. No one else can make you better. Only you can. And once you decide, I want to do this, that's when the hard part starts, because you are going to see some ugly truths about yourself that you may not have wanted to know. And then once you see it, the only thing you can do is fix it, or you're going to stay exactly in the same place. Your relationships are going to fail. Your kids aren't going to be happy. And that's, it's just a snowball effect. So definitely, remember, take time to yourself, lean on your support system. That's why they say, yeah, and be consistent. And that, consistency is hard. But once you get it done, I mean, it takes only a matter of what, 21 days to make a new habit. So breaking, making, same thing. If you want to break a habit, 21 days, just look at it like each day it gets easier. It's like repetition. So I mean, it's hard for all of us now. I don't feel like it's just you. It is definitely hard for all of us, even with me. I'm not gonna lie, there's certain things where I'm still kind of inconsistent about, but I feel like as long as I am still being, working to be a better person, then that's probably the bigger thing that I definitely want to do, is just leave a good mark on the world. Yes, there are days where they are harder than others, but guess what? Those are my hard days. They're not the responsibility of my kids. They're not the responsibility of my partner. It's my responsibility. It's not my friend's responsibility. It's no one else's responsibility of mine to be a better person than I was. And that is a part of keeping your identity as well. And if you have a village, lean on your village. And sometimes you have to nurture those relationships in your village so that way you can have those opportunities to go do things by yourself. Like, no one is saying, oh, every weekend just go out and do something. But if you need a break, if you've nurtured those relationships, you do have a support system you can lean on. Hey, I need 15, 20 minutes to myself. Can I drop off, my kid, or can you come by and watch my kid for me? Things like that. But that's a part of you doing the work as well. So the more you nurture the things that are important to you, the better things are. So I'm not saying this, for anyone part, but this was just one of the big things that we talked about. And it was really hard to see the people you care about sad about certain things. So just remember, put you first, and the rest will all fall in place. Uh, so I'm excited to do that. I felt like I just went on a whole rant. I'm gonna have another sip of this wine. But thanks, Naya. I was really excited about this week as well. Like I said, this was a good milestone week for me. Last week was a lot of fun. I actually did an event per se with some girlfriends, but I also hit a milestone that I put in place of having a video hit over 1,000 views. I got 50 subscribers, 50 plus subscribers now. And I did say on my Instagram that once I hit 50, I was going to do another contest. So, um, this is how you enter the contest for this one. So, the last one, it was a whole different phrase, but um, in order to enter this contest, if you're on the live stream, you have to say, what is the phrase going to be this time? She did that. Drop that. She did that in the comments, either on the live stream or in the regular comments if you're watching the replay. And that'll get you entered into the contest. I'm gonna let it run for 2 weeks just so that way. Yes, the drinking does help. Um, just to kind of help people. She did that. Remember that. She did that. That's how she did that in all caps, all one word. She did that. And that's how you enter the contest. So I'll go ahead and that person will win a gift card to Total Wine and More, which is my favorite place. Yep, she did that. Naya's the first entry, but that's how we will do the contest. I'm gonna let it run for so not this next week, this next upcoming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, I will announce the winner of that, and it's Total Wine and More. So I can, you don't even have to give me your address; just give me your email. If you win, and that is how I will send you the gift card. But I am really excited. And I also forgot to say, if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, uh, like, share, comment. That helps get my content out there to more people. But I am here live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and celebrating everything good, everything life, just enjoying everything. Different topic. But again, this is the wine that I am having right now. It's a Chardonnay. And I am still pumping out content. So keep looking for more videos. Again, I am on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at Yana's Wine Corner. And just make sure to follow me because on my Instagram, I'll probably be posting more things that I'll be going to. So if you want to hang out with me, if you have time, I'll be posting places, the places that I'll be, just having a good time where you can get drinks and eat good food, meet new people, but just have fun, live life. Is there anyone else on here that want to say anything? DJ Scorp, no, but judging by your name, I don't know who you are, so please tell me. Sorry, I didn't acknowledge that earlier. I was on my little rant with the conversation I was on. This is really good. But if you guys don't have anything else to say, again, I just want to say to my ladies, make sure you spend time with yourself. Doesn't matter how long, how short it is. Just spend time with yourself. Have some you time away from everybody because that is really important. It's definitely important to your mental health as well. And you definitely want to protect that at all costs because too many people are suffering and you don't want that. Um, so just keep that going. Thank you, Naya. I appreciate you always. You have been a supporter from day one. I love you for that. Um, but have a good night, and I will see you next Wednesday. Good night.